everybody, and welcome to Boss episode 2. Today we are interviewing somebody who has been to Boss 4 times. The first time as a 14-year-old in 2016, then in 2017, then in 2018, 2019. He is an excellent student. Over the years, this guy has become a real Boss legend and somebody who has really embraced the Boss experience. So please can we welcome Mr. Victorien. Hello, Victorien.
Hello.
How are you?
I'm fine, and you? Thanks.
Good. I'm excellent. And my first question, Victorien, is what have you been up to?
I was up to a lot of things because in France, I finished my mandatory studies. So I passed an exam which is called the baccalaureate.
Congratulations.
Yeah, thanks. And so I decided to sign up in a business school for a year, but I absolutely hated it. So now I'm in English literature faculty to try to become an English teacher.
In the first year, 2016, you came to Boss for only 1 week. Why did you only come for 1 week?
This was my first time I was going alone in a foreign country. Mm-hmm. So I guess my parents didn't want me to be there for a long time, and I didn't know what it was about. So I guess it was only a testing thing. And I mean, of course, you know that I came back three years later. So it's because I liked it. And I think that 1 week was too short. I don't know if you can remember, but I made a Facebook comment on Boss and I said that it was really too short afterwards. So that's why I came back 2 weeks every time.
I've got a picture. This is the first ever photograph of you, well, that I could find, of you in Boss. Can you see it?
Yeah, I think it was the international night for France, because the Manchester United jersey was the only thing I could find of blue. So, yeah. I mean, international nights are really good, I think, because in France, we have the reputation that we cannot speak English really well. So, from my experience, because I was there 3 or 4 times, I could help the French people. And I mean, it's like people from other countries. They don't come from my city in France, so I can talk to them and discover what they do in life, and it's really interesting.
Yeah. What's the biggest problem with this photograph that we're looking at right now?
And that I have a Manchester United jersey, and obviously because you're a Liverpool fan, it doesn't quite fit. One of my favourite memories of Victorien, is that one morning during room inspections, was I with Mickey? I can't remember. I think it might have been Mickey in 2017. And I said, "Good morning, Victorien. How are you?" He said, "Good morning, Neil. I want to show you something." And he took his Manchester United shirt and he threw it on the floor and started to jump up and down on the Manchester United shirt. And I said, "Amazing, 1 house point." So if you want to win house points in Boss, this is one way to do it. Do you remember the first moments when you arrived in Boss? I think I was a bit shy. I think when I arrived, there was the money stuff, and the registration stuff, people ask you if you take any medicine, and and you give them your money for excursions. The first day I was a bit lost because I didn't understand, you have to go to dinner at that time, you have to go to the hall at that time. But years after, I mean, when I came back, I just saw the faces I knew, so I was relieved and I was happy to be there. Again, still talking about memories, what are your top 3 Boss memories? I would say that from the start to the end, I'm not feeling, every time I come to Boss, I'm not feeling bored or something like that. There is always something to do. For example, if you don't have class, if you have a free time, you can just go to the room with your friend and talk, or you can practice sport. And I think this is really cool. So yeah, I don't have any memory except every time I leave, I cry because I know that this is over. And I mean, especially last year because I was 17 years old and I knew that I couldn't come back as a student. So it was quite hard the last day because the last day there is the assembly when you tell everyone goodbye, and then you're alone with the driver on the taxi, and you're like, yeah, you're realizing that it's over. So it's a bit sad.
It must be awful. So you don't have top 3 memories because all of your memories are your best memories.
Yeah.
No, the last day we do try to make everyone cry, don't we? You know, even we didn't in 2016 or 2017. I think maybe it was 2018. We started to call assembly on Saturday mornings the Cry Assembly, and we started to play sad songs and try and make a powerful speech like, okay, guys, don't cry because it's over. Smile because it happened. Press play on the saddest song in the world and all that. But I think it's good to highlight that moment for people. You know, it's kind of like, okay, guys, come on, this is a special moment. It might be the end, but it's only the beginning of beautiful friendships, etc.
Yeah, I mean, people cry on this day because they knew it's over. So that's because they enjoy the thing. So it's a good thing at the end of the day.
It's sad, but it's also happy at the same. It's a strange.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's hard to explain. What's your worst memory at Boss?
Well, I don't quite know, but I would say that when I arrived in 2016, I think this is linked to my behavior because I was shy at the time. Like the first days, I didn't want to go to people and speak to them. So I think this might be my worst memory because since then I've improved on myself, and every time I came to Boss I was making new friends. So yeah, I think this is because it really blocked me from communicating with others, and I think that's the most important thing when you go to a foreign country.
Okay.
So yeah,
you became one of the most popular students with many friends from all over the world. What are your top 3 tips for students who have never been to Boss?
I think the first one would be don't afraid to be ridiculous, because sometimes you have activities like when you put on some clothes, like I don't remember the name, but there was an activity where you just with your house you put some weird clothes on and you show them, and this made everyone laugh, and I mean it was a good moment for everyone, I think. So yeah, if you are afraid to be ridiculous, you aren't gonna do anything. So it will block you from laughable activities or fun activities. So yeah, I mean, this would be my first tip.
So tip number 1: be ridiculous.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, you don't want to be ridiculous every time because otherwise you will be used to being ridiculous in real life. But don't be afraid to be ridiculous for fun. I mean. My second tip would be to not be afraid of speaking to people, like opening yourself to other people, because when you go to a foreign country, from my perspective, the most important thing is to make new friends, discover cultures, and when I come to Boss, every time I learn about new countries.
Yeah.
For example, I have Mexican friends, Japanese friends, and this is one of the most beautiful things in the world to me because, for example, for now we are in lockdown, we cannot move from home, and I can speak, for example, on Instagram or Messenger to some of my Boss friends, and this is really, really cool.
Can you see the picture?
Yeah, on my right there is Abdul Haman. It was one of my best friends last year. And I continue to speak to him.
I love this picture. I remember I needed one picture for the brochure. I was like, guys, I need some students. Please follow me. And basically the people in this picture were chatting, I think, around the crossroads area in the campus. And you all just followed me. And here we are at the back of the school. You can see the vineyard and the trees and things. But I love this picture because it basically, this sums up kind of like, I hope, what we do at Boss, because I said, guys, let's go. Whoever is here, let's go. You guys were all kind of in the same area chatting, but you've got students here you've got yourself from France, from Saudi Arabia, from Angola, from Spain, from Kazakhstan, from China, from Georgia. Just like that, bang, let's go, friends from all over the world. And that's what I hope everybody realizes at Boss, kind of, you can have this experience. So good tip. Tip number 3.
I would say at Boss, even if you don't like activities, force yourself to do them, because for example, I know some people won't like, I don't know, running when it comes to the Boss Grand Prix, but at the end of the day, it's a collective performance. Like you spend the same week with all of your housemates, and I mean, even if you don't win, you spend a lot of good memories, and I think that's the most important that you will remember at the end of your Boss journey. So.
Yeah. Finish this sentence. You know you are at Boss when?
You know where you are at Boss when Tim wakes you up late, like 5 minutes late, and he says you're late, but he wakes everyone up like 5 minutes late, and he screams at you because the whole house is late. So yeah, it was one of the funny things. But I mean, yeah, I love Tim. He's one of the best house tutors. So yeah.
He's a good guy, Tim. What, in your opinion, what are the advantages of coming to Boss?
I mean, there are a lot of advantages because, as I said, I was shy when I came, and it really helped me talking to people, opening myself to other people, and of course, there is the English aspect. Of course, it helped me improve my English a lot, like the oral communication a lot, because in the Boss classes you speak a lot, and then you do an exam, the Trinity oral exam, and in this exam you are obliged to talk about a certain subject with the examiner, and it's not like, for example, in France, where people will just look at you and say this was wrong. Like the examiner will talk to you and express his point of view, and this is a lot interesting compared to my culture, where you just have to succeed. Now in Boss, for the Trinity exam, you just have a conversation with the person, and this is interesting.
Okay, cool. Thank you very much. And do you have any final things to say, Victorien?
Well, I think that for people who will watch this interview, I think you should obviously come to Boss, because if you are on the Boss page, that because you are interested in. So I think I'm one of the few guys that can say that this is my experience, and yeah, I have enjoyed it very much. And you can follow my example and come to Boss. But for me, of course, if the situation allows it, of course, I would like to be a staff member for Boss to continue my experience there.
Yeah.
So yeah, I hope that the situation will allow it.
So you mentioned there about hopefully next year we won't have any issues with traveling, and we've already had this conversation. You're more than welcome to come to Boss as a staff member, as you were supposed to this year. And I just want to show one last photograph. Here you are in 2020. This is Victorien when he joined Boss Online as a judge in a talent show. But this wasn't the only time Victorien joined. He came a few times, so you kind of came in 2020 as well. Victorien, thank you very much. As we say at Boss, we don't say goodbye, we say see you again. So I hope I will see you again in 2021. I nearly said 2020, in 2021. Okay?
Yeah, see you again.
Bye.